our own Prof, Professor Rari from ISSC.
The National Chairman, Comrade Oshiomhole, has you people as his friends, that you all believe in him, that you are all prepared to sink, swim, fight for him. If that's my takeaway, I believe this has been a very wonderful meeting. My own is very impromptu. I have been called upon to just say some few words. But what I will say this evening is, I'm here because I believe in the man, Comrade Oshiomhole. I'm a civil servant turned politician. I did my 34 years in the public service. All my 34 years, I saw a man with courage, a man who is forthright, a man who is steadfast, a man that has love for the rule of law, a man that respects the fundamental human rights of other citizens, a man who is prepared to fight for you to have a just cause. All my years I have admired him as a freedom fighter. From the NLC days, I saw one man with courage to do what is right. I think that is something missing in Nigeria. As I stand on this platform today, my desire was to come here this evening to shake hands with him and to congratulate him for the various fights he's fighting for the sake of Nigeria. And along the line, what is so common in Nigeria that once we are doing the right thing, you step on toes. Comrade Oshiomhole is a victim for what he believes in, the right thing to be done. For me, I don't know what this discourse will be talking about this evening, but as a statesman, I can see what many of you will not see, that the issue today is issue of 2023. Oshiomhole is stepping on toes because he's preparing APC to be a strong and viral party, national party. And in the process, some people get offended, but it's normal in life. But I'm happy we are all here with him this evening. He's not here with us, but in spirit he's here. That to say, Comrade Oshiomhole, we believe in you. What you are doing is right. Keep on pushing. And all of us in this room will stand with you. From my personal view of Comrade, I worked with him. He was my governor for 8 years. I must admit, I was a one-time member of PDP. I was a minister of PDP. But I left PDP for APC. I left PDP when PDP was strong at the center. Comrade was a regional party, APC in Edo State. But because of what he was doing in Edo State, I resigned from PDP when Jonathan was the president at the center to join a regional party in opposition because of one man. That man is Comrade Oshiomhole. He's a fighter. He respects laws. He's a man I believe in. That's why this evening I came here to encourage him that whatever is going on, my brother, keep faith with God that the right thing will be done. And I pray all of you who are here this evening, I thank you all immensely for creating time to be here. Please, continually, let us pray for Comrade. Let's pray that other people will see what we are seeing. Because what we are all seeing, what I know, what I can feel, is a couple of some gangles in view of where he is standing vis-a-vis 2023. That is the issue. Nobody is complaining that comrade is incompetent. Nobody. Nobody is complaining comrade is a tribalist. Nobody. So far it's faultless. But there's a gang up. And what is paining me, I gave a press interview in Benin last week, that why I feel so pain for comrade is people backstabbing him today are the very people he helped. It's so painful. I can count on instances 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to governors. He helped to become governor. And people are so funny. Once they get there, they forget the ladder they used to climb. But I pray that at the end of the day, that ladder they use, because of their treachery, the good Lord will remove that ladder. And they will collapse. So, gentlemen, for all of you who are here to attend this ceremony this evening, women who came from far north, men that came from rivers, all of you that came, please, I salute you on behalf of Comrade, and I thank you again for coming to partake in this discussion. Please, let this evening be a solemn evening, an evening of reflection. We are not here to talk about what's happening tomorrow. We are looking more into the future, that tomorrow will be okay in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, since this was quite impromptu, let me thank you once more for coming. God bless you all.
Arise in a situation like this. In any contestation, wherever you have several interests, the likelihood that we have issues from time to time is there. But what is important is for men and women to be reasonable enough to be able to quickly arrest such developments. I must say that some of the issues that we have in the party today have lingered for too long, probably because of wrong approach to issues, and also because of the level of misinformation, particularly by those who have access to the press, the social media in particular. People who have changed narratives to suit their selfish interests. It is our collective responsibility to make sure that this situation is quickly arrested. And I thank you all for being here today. It is time for us to properly stabilize our thinking cap, to look at the best ways out of this situation. Let me start by saying that one of you, Oshiomhole, I am privileged to have worked with him at all levels, beginning from the days that we're in the trenches together. I saw a man with character. I saw a man with courage, a man that is very articulate, but a no-nonsense man. I'm therefore not surprised that, good as he is, as a great achiever, that he has enemies here and there. Because we happen to find ourselves in a society where individuals, for their selfish interests, are ready to pull down organizations. So the moment that a leader does not do exactly their bidding, they believe that the roof must come down. That is very serious. It is the most unpatriotic thing for anybody to do. When I worked with Adams in Labour, I saw a Labour leader par excellence. His records are there for anybody to beat in this country. Thereafter, he went into politics. And we are living witnesses to the fact that he turned Edo State to something that is completely different from what it was before he got there. Both in terms of infrastructure development education, network of roads, call it anything. Even in terms of IGR, in every aspect of leadership, in every aspect of governance, he excelled and the records are there. No wonder, therefore, that the leaders of APC were unanimous in choosing him to salvage this party at a very critical moment. I was in the 8th Assembly of National Assembly when this party attempted to project some members of the assembly that they thought were good enough to lead the National Assembly. But we failed. The process was poorly managed and it led to failure. Thereafter, Adams came in. I'm still a member of the 9th Assembly. The party had the same agenda and commissioned Adams Oshiomhole to deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened? It delivered. It delivered. Now, what is the reward for that? For us to kick him out? No. Therefore, if anybody tries to do that, is that person a patriotic Nigerian? No. We must open our eyes wide to recognize and identify those who are out to destroy APC and the wonderful achievement of President Muhammadu Buhari. People who want APC, rather than moving forward to the next level, to continue to remain immersed in crisis. My fear and my worry is that if this situation is allowed to remain unabated for too long, these elements might succeed in entangling the party with a plethora of court cases here and there. I pray that they don't lead us to the Katsina, is it Katsina? Zamfara. They don't impose the unfortunate thing that happened in Zamfara in the National Party. Therefore, I find it very, very important that today we should tell that this whole thing that is happening is not an Oshiomhole issue. It is a problem for you and I, for the future of this country, for our children living and yet unborn. Therefore, it is incumbent on us who are here and those who are out there to make sure that these issues are tackled objectively and constructively. We must push sentiments aside. I am happy to have worked with a man whose record is one of successes all the time. I'm yet to see anybody who can say this is where Adams Oshiomhole failed in any national assignment. Therefore, I think that a party should be happy to keep a man whose story is a story of successes all through. Having said that, thank you very much. Having said that, I want to quickly say that whatever that is going to happen moving forward, Nigerians should bear in mind, APC members at all levels should bear in mind that the earlier we put our house in order, the better for all of us. Thank you and God bless you.
And when there is problem, we all come together and sit on a round table and talk the talk. Nobody is above mistake. It's only God that is perfect. We, as party leader and in APC, we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot of things to do to fulfill Nigerian people. APC as a party have a problem. But to me, I don't think it's a problem if we all come together. Because other parties have more bigger problems than us. Why we have this problem? is beyond Oshiomhole and governors. To me, I look at it, it's about 2023. As we all know, that the real party supporters that works for this party, that suffer for this party, do not benefit much. We all know that those people in the other side came into our party in full force and pushed us away. Bring the tactics in the PDP, in APC. And they are trying to do the same thing. So it is time for us to stop it, especially we that want APC to go beyond this. We are here not to talk about Adam Oshiomhole. We all know he is the head boy of the party. We all know he has put in his best. And it did not go well with some certain people. Even in a drinking parlor, there is a leader. Whether we like it or not, he is the chairman of the party. But we are not here to talk about him. We are here to talk about the crisis in the party and how to solve it and how to move forward. What I want us to do, the real APC supporters, not those that are here to spoil APC, we should go around, politic, and lobby, and know the real APC and people that have the party at hand. Oshiomhole cannot be perfect, and I cannot stand here that he did not hurt others, because he's a human being.
Yes.
But in a house where a husband and wife are fighting, do you just drive your wife? Or you park out of the house because you caught your husband with a man? That is when you will stay firm. If you park out, she will come in. This is time for us to sit. Governors, senators, ministers, party leaders, to come together and know who is wrong and where there are problems and where there are mistakes, and we correct it, and then we move forward. I will call on the governors. I wish they are listening to us. The governors, the senators, members House of Rep, you are the caucus of this party.
Yes.
Whatever decision you take, your followers will follow. But I want the leaders of this party to understand that God is just and there is God. Do we have questions? Are we doing the right thing? Are we going to destroy our house by ourselves? To me, it's not an issue saying that we should drive this, suspend this. No, we cannot all be right. As I stand here before you, I may do something wrong, or I may be misled. But it is your responsibility to call my attention and say, leader, you are going wrong. Please, all the supporter group and PDP, we should understand. They are happy. They like what is going on. And they want it. And don't be surprised, some of them are the one engineering this, spoiling this problem. But they settled. So what is the big deal in APC that we are having quarrel, then we start fighting ourselves? Why should we fight ourselves? After so many years, we have fought. So I beg on the real APC now to sit up. Let's face the caucus. Power comes from God, and He gives it to whomever He wants. Let's tell some of our governors that are doing things wrong, let them have conscience. Let's look at them in the face, whoever is going wrong, to tell him it's wrong. I have been with General Buhari since ANPP, and up to now. And as a leader in this party, I have proved to my party that leadership goes with responsibility. I don't have to have appointment. If it is not meant, it is not. Everything has its time. And if the caucus allows this party to go down, we, the cycle, will not forgive them. So I beg on this house and all the APC, if you really have APC at hand, and you love APC, and you have conscience, you will not pull it down. No matter what. You will fight and make sure APC survive. Like I say, we can agree and disagree on principle. He has done so well. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not here to preach or campaign for Oshiomhole. As a leader, I know what he has done. To me, he's credible and capable. But it's beyond that. We are talking about the party as a whole. The crisis in the party is not about him. It's about some selfish, greedy people that think that the party is in their hand and power is in their hand. They don't even know whether they will reach tomorrow. For sure, some of them will die before 2 years to come. It might be me, it can be anybody. So when the time comes, God will give it to whoever He wants to. Please, let us pray. Pray to our caucus to see things right, to come and rally round the man. If he goes wrong, let's tell him and let's move on. Thank you very much.
And at the same time reiterated the need for us to remain focused as a group and as a party faithful. Please permit me, let me do them one singular honor of asking us to rise for just a minute to observe a brief silence for the souls of those that died in the course of bringing a peace to peace. Has been in the course of history of political party administration in Nigeria. If you go back history lane, and as such, I will not think it necessary for us to overflow the issue. As by divine grace of God, you can see the man who is supposed to interact with us is not here. It's not an accident. It's a divine arrangement. What we should be thinking of is how we as followers can provide solution. Because we often blame leaders to be the problem. But in Nigeria, followers are the problem, not the leaders. How many are they? Men that have no electoral values in their units and wards. I think I will not glorify this gathering by mentioning their names, as I deem it inconsequential. They bloated so much noise in the past, but we have records of their performances, and that makes me to strengthen my spirit and say we need not worry. Our national chairman is not the issue, like all speakers have said. The issue is the blatant, ignominious ambition of selfish men. But it's there in history, it's the nature of man, it will continue to be. But it becomes a problem if we give it credence. Then it becomes a problem. We ought not to give it credence. But what would you do is think as followers. Like other civilized world, followers bring about solutions, not leaders. We follow like uncivilized people. We sit down and eulogize problem rather than providing solution to problem. These men have constituencies. The problems emanate from constituencies, emanate from the hearts of men. So what I want to ask this gathering, what do we want out of the interaction? What do we want out of this interaction? But I make bold to say, as a fallout of this gathering and interaction, that I am proposing that this House will pass a vote of confidence by way of unanimous communique on our national chairman. Wow. I'm also proposing that this House, by way of resolved communique, will ask the party leadership and the presidency to constitute disciplinary committee to try and look into the activities of deviant party members that intends to disorganize and destabilize this party. I want to say that the ambition of men cannot be contained. It's like a raging fire. But the spirit of willful men also cannot be contained. It will continue to be willful. I want to thank the organizers of this event and also use this medium to talk to the leadership of the party, the president, our dear President Muhammad Buhari, and those associated with administration, to revisit the issues of the interests of the support groups who have been long patient enough. We could have been worse than those people giving them sleepless nights if we chose to be. But we chose not to. Because we still believe we can talk and understand ourselves. 2014 rather, the coalition of APC support group was constituted and inaugurated. Nearly 6 years into the administration, I cannot pinpoint anybody that's been taken care of from among our group. Nobody. And we work for them. As of 2015, before the election, general election, presidential and general election, we had about 195 people registered officially with the party headquarters. Today we are close to 500 and about 1,000 plus unregistered. Nobody has been considered for anything worthwhile. I also ask that this forum will be used as a medium in the communique so resolved to agitate for immediate, unconditional inclusion, recognition, and appointment of the leaders of the coalition of APC support groups into position of trust in government. I so do move. Supported. Our dear national chairman, I have this to say. I may be part of those families that joined the merger. They call them MPDP. But some of us were truly repentant APC fold. But you see, it's always easy to run in and run out. And if you take a stock of some of these distractors, you find that they come from that MPDP stock family. It's not unnatural that they should desire to go back, as it is also unnatural for us to remain, and as it is natural for some of us to remain committed in that fold, like we chose. So he should watch. I think their intention is to leave, but don't let them tear your clothes as they are leaving. No, pull down your house. Thank you very much.
Of this party, I can see Momo here, I can see all the old faces. Do not all of you are here now thinking on how to solve the problem of APC. Should we allow this party to be scattered?
because of interest of one person or the other? The answer is no. What I'm saying here today, what are the issues? The issue started from Edo State. Suspension of national chairman and suspension of the state governor. And what I'm saying, all these activities, are they in consonance with the provision of the constitution of APC? No. Our gathering here is not, we must conclude this gathering with substance. A message we must send out so that that message will be there. So that our meeting today will provide solutions for the problems that is ravaging our great party. I thank all of us who are here. A few days ago, I granted a press conference and I said, in as much as a NEC meeting, they have signed a document to convene a NEC meeting. Fine. Convening a NEC meeting is not a problem. But did this convention of convocation of NEC meeting, did it meet to the provision of the Constitution? No. We should look at it. Section 25B, 1 and 2 of the party constitution has a way you should follow to convene a meeting where the chairman is not there. 2/3 majority of NEC members, underline NEC members, should sign in a meeting before you can announce it. This is what we as a forum stand on. That illegality cannot be celebrated. The procedure and the process to convene this meeting, I stand to say it did not meet the necessary requirement of the constitution of our party. I was a member of the major committee for all the time under the chairmanship of Tony King. We came together, went around this country to form this party. When APC was registered and established, I have been in the NEC till now, and this is my 3rd term as a NEC member. So I have a lot of information. I was part of the manifesto drafting committee under Chief Algobe. So we went through the processes of putting this party in place. And we are sure that we have all we need in place for a party that will take over government. And sure, with your support and everything, we took over government. We won landslidely in this country. The joker with which we went into elections and won landslidely, that 12 million bank vote we used to have with President Muhammadu Buhari will not be there in 2023. How are we going to move this party beyond 2023 when President Muhammadu Buhari would have gone? It is fact. There is this vote that is there. Each time President Muhammadu Buhari comes into an election, he begins with 12 million votes. Who in this country has that capacity? So far, history has not shown that there is somebody like that for now. So should we not work towards a better opportunity to win election in 2023? What I'm saying and what we are saying is that in as much as the national chairman of our great party, he's a human being. If you found him wanting, please go through the process of the law as provided by the constitution of the party. in wanting to remove him or put him. Of course, that's what Mr. President even said. Mr. President is a man of the law. In all these things happening, I'm sure we didn't hear him say anything. But for those who are close to him, who have his body language, he said, please, in whatever you are doing, be democratic. Are we being democratic in the process of either sustaining or removing the leadership of the party? It is a question for us to answer. At the end of this meeting, we should be able to put down substance that will help the leadership of the party to sustain the virtues of this party. My sister, while she was speaking here, it is important to know that some of us here haven't suffered this much, have nothing to take home from this party. Are we not supposed to be working towards the benefits for our members? If you look at the faces of everybody here, these are the same support group, coalition, people who are concerned that have not gotten anything. Because you are worried. And that's why when the theme of this thing came up, everybody is eager to come and speak so that there will be peace. Having said this, I want to say that what is worth doing is worth doing well. Now, suspension, no suspension, interlocutory or no interlocutory. How does that solve our problem? Now, in the wisdom of the leadership of the party, they set up a reconciliation committee headed by an impeccable personality, a highly revered personality, Chief Bisi Akande, a man you cannot spot. You can't spot him for biasness. I served under him in many years and I've read books about him. This is the man that was meant to head the reconciliation, or that is heading the reconciliation committee. Why didn't we subject all our problems and whatever to this committee that is in place? Rather, we are hustling to remove. So I want to agree with those who say that I am sure the division that is rivaling this party is being sponsored by other parties, because they are afraid of APC. Other parties are afraid of APC. Most importantly, afraid of APC under Oshiomhole. So there's no doubt you can begin to think that if we fuel the problem in APC and this man goes out, they bring somebody who will not be active, as strong as Oshiomhole, then will have a way to win. That is
President Muhammad Buhari, our national chairman, Comrade Oshiomhole, and the National Working Committee do set up a disciplinary committee to review the activities of distractors and rebellious elements within the party leadership that have designed methodologies to sink and destroy our party system. Those who in support of the setting up of the committee say yes? Yes! We also do move a motion here requesting the leadership of the coalition of APC support groups and other support groups worthy of appointments to serve the country in various capacities. Those in support say yes? Yes!